Hello, hello, my friends, and welcome to the next video in the Create Better Content series, where I show you how to tap into your creativity so that you never run out of content ideas again. I'm Penny, and I'm your guide through this creative content development process, and I'm going to be teaching you how to stop feeling lost about what you want to post and how to start taking action to reach more customers online. If you want to learn more about creativity and how this can help you develop your content marketing plans, I'd love to see you hit that button and subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any episodes and the information that I'm going to be sharing. So this month of March, we are celebrating International Ideas Month. And with this video, I want to share with you about brainstorming. I want to focus about brainstorming your content ideas, because it's not just about being able to do some kind of brain dump thing, but to learn how to take these ideas and improve upon them to turn them into what I refer to as remarkable content. So let's jump right into this process, and we're going to get right into our first video for International Ideas Month. So let's talk about brainstorming. Brainstorming is one of the most important parts of your content creation strategy. And one of the best things that you can do to help with this brainstorming process is use a mind map. If you've never used a mind map, I'm going to dig into this whole process and I'm going to explain to you how it works and how you can utilize this amazing visual tool to help you make your content creation flow together. And it actually helps you stay more organized too. So it's really, really cool process. So stay with me, settle in. I've got a lot to say about this. so settle yourself in and let's talk about brainstorming using a mind map. And so here's the thing. If you're completely out of ideas, or if you've got so many of them that it's hard to decide how to move forward and what you want to work on, using a mind map is one of the best ways that you can use to work through these messages that your community really wants to know some more about. And this using a mind map, it's more than just like getting out a piece of paper and doing a brain dump and just writing a whole list of things. It actually helps you put all of these pieces together. And what I mean by pieces, it's not just your content ideas, but keywords, topics, hashtags, videos, challenges, all of this information, and you put it all in one place so you can visually see how it's all connected. Mind maps are just an amazing tool. This is where I talked about earlier about how we're not just going to brainstorm, but I want to show you how to improve upon your ideas so that you can actually create more value for your customers with the content that you're producing. Another great thing about mind maps is that when you get everything all laid out, and you're looking at this whole thing and you're looking at, the topics and you're looking at all the ideas and then you're looking at all those little branches that are coming off of it, it allows you to actually figure out where there are gaps in your content. And you can take a look and see, okay, well, this piece is missing here. So I went from this point to this point. There's a piece in the middle. So there's a piece of content right there that I need to create. But you can also take a look at everything that you're creating, and it's going to give you some direction and a path to help you repurpose some of the most popular content that you have and create new types of social media posts, stuff for your email list, videos, creating ebooks and all of that. I'm going to we're going to dig deeper into how to use this. It's actually a term referred to as content mapping, which makes sense because it's a mind map and it has to do with content. So when you use your mind map specifically for your content development, it is called content mapping. And basically what content mapping is it is just literally a diagram. It is a diagram that's set up to visually organize your content around a single concept. And it's generally represented as a circle or a square. It's in the center of the map. And then it has, like these spokes that go out. And the spokes can go out into subtopics. And then each subtopic can have some more information underneath it. And it gives you the path about where you can focus your time and your energy. And it's a whole lot easier to follow than a piece of paper where you're just writing out a bunch of list of stuff because you're just trying to get the brain dump out of your head. So when you set up your content mapping, basically what you're going to do is this. You'll pick your main topic, whatever that's going to be, and that would go in the middle. It's like, circle or square, however you're going to put it. And then you think about what are the subtopics that you're connecting to this topic. And the subtopics could be either like the type of post. So you could say videos, quotes, blog post, or the subtopic of the little spokes could be additional information that you're going to use to build out the main topics. You add your subtopics to your map and you see how they are connected to the main topic. And again, as I was saying, as you are starting to put your subtopics together, it's really easy to take a look at everything and say, now I jump from this place to this place. There's a piece here that I could be missing in the middle of it. So that's a piece of content that I want to make sure that I can fill in so I don't jump from here to here and people don't miss that extra step here. And then with the subtopics, you're going to expand upon your ideas. I try to do at least 3 to 4 what I refer to as notes underneath these subtopics. And this is where you're going to put, how you're going to share it, where you're going to share it. This is going to go on Facebook. This is going to go on Instagram. I'm going to create a Reels for this. I'm going to, do a video for this. I want to do a 5-day challenge for this. That's the type of thing that you're going to put in your notes. So that's basically summarize what content mapping is. And as you're working through these steps of the content mapping and you're putting this whole thing together, I want you to think about these questions when you're putting the content in the subtopics and then putting your notes together. As you are moving through this, one of the things that I had shared with you before is you want to make sure that as you're looking at everything, are there any gaps? Am I hopping from one piece to the next because I have such expertise in this knowledge that it makes sense for me to go? But what if somebody doesn't know this information? Did I get them to go from A down to D or C instead of going to A, B, C, D? I hop from A maybe all the way down to D because that's what makes sense to me because I know this content. But when you see it all visually laid out like that, it's a lot easier to say, I am missing parts B and C. And so those are 2 new pieces of content that I need to figure out how I'm going to fit in there, how I'm going to create them, and what I'm going to do with them. So some other questions that I want you to think about as you're moving through your content mapping process. What's the message that I want to get out with my marketing posts? Is that showing up as the notes that you're putting down with each subtopic? Is it showing up in the subtopics? Am I just putting, broad general strokes of things and it's not really making sense? And if it's coming across as really broad and general and I'm not getting real specific, then you need to take those subtopics and go down to another level and a sub of the subtopic and then take it down. And that's a really cool thing about this mind map is it doesn't matter how many branches and how many things go off and go here and go here. You can do as much as you want and keep it all together. And I think that's one of the reasons that I love mind map so much is that it keeps it all in one piece, but yet it's so connected and in a weird way separate because you can work on a piece of it that's only from one subtopic and move to a subtopic of that subtopic with all of those notes and still keep the other pieces where they are. So think about that. What's the message that I want to get out with my marketing posts? Another good question to ask as you're working through your content marketing is, how do I want my customers to feel when they're reading, when they're watching, when they're viewing, when they're interacting with my marketing messages? How do I want them to feel? These are good things that you're going to put in the notes. I want them to take action. I want them to feel excited about this new program that I put out. I want them to learn something about what I'm speaking about, why I'm taking them through A, B, C, and D. So I want you to think about that too. So it's not just about putting these words here and arranging it in this pretty little mind map. I want you to think about what's the message you're going to get out and how do you want your customers to feel when they are engaging with your marketing messages. So 2 big things that I want you to, actually 3 big things, because the other third one was making sure that you're looking for gaps, making sure that you're really viewing this with a look as if it's somebody who doesn't know the content that you're talking about. And so that's why you want to get so specific and detailed. And this is the place where you can get really specific and detailed because you have so much space with this mind map. So let me give you an example here about how this works. So if I was going to do a content map, let's say on how to grow my email list. All right. So I would pick my main topic, which was build my email list. And that's the piece that's going to go in the center. So it's going to be my little circle or my little square. That's the center. That's my main topic, is building my email list. So then I think about what are the subtopics that I'm connecting to building my email list. So my subtopics could include, let's see here. I want to create a content upgrade, lead magnet, whatever word you want to use, so I can get more people on my email list. What are the social programs that I'm going to use to promote the lead magnet? Will I be creating some videos that's going to add value to the lead magnet? Maybe I will link to something in the lead magnet, so you download something and you click on it and you go to my website and you watch a video. Blog posts. Blog posts could be another subtopic. I could speak about the content of the lead magnet, and I could expand even more so on the lead magnet to give them more information. Or what I could do is I could write a blog post and say, if you'd like to, work this out on a worksheet, come here and download this lead magnet. Another great way to get on my email list. So all of these are subtopics. The idea with your subtopic is to find ways to build on the main topic idea, the content that you're going to create. And it's the subtopics are finding those pieces and parts within your content that's going to add more value, right? And then the notes below is like where you're going to promote it, what site it's going to be on, what type of content is it? Is it going to be a static content, just an image on Instagram? Is it going to be a more active type of content, which is an Instagram story? Where I can see you talking, I can hear you, I can, engage with you more so than just an image on Instagram. So this is that place where you're going to write all of that information down. And so we want to think about this as we are visually working through the content in our mind map. Also taking a view of it, remembering to see, looking for gaps, and if there are any things missing with content ideas for my email growth plan, I'm going to look at that. And then I'm going to make sure that on all of my subtopics, I'm going to add in my little notes. So if I talk about, what are we going to do in the blog post? The blog post topic is going to be this. This is what I'm going to write about it. This is why the lead magnet is connected to it. So the notes are the way to expand your ideas on the subtopics. So we start out with the general of the piece in the middle, building my email list, and then the subtopics are about blog posts, lead magnets, doing videos, creating opportunities for people to download it. Because what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to build my email list. And remember, we goes all the way back to that. So we want to remember that we're always going back to that main topic, but the subtopics, and then the notes. I keep using the word notes because I don't know what else to call them. But the little branches that are coming off of the subtopics are the notes. And this is where the space where you're going to add details. And let me see here, like some ideas about expanding on your details. Let's see here. We could write the blog posts as an intro for the lead magnet. So I could do this whole great blog post. And if you want to dig into this a little bit more or use it as a worksheet, then, use this worksheet to answer these questions from the blog post. What a great way to get people on your email list. You could take that blog post, put it on your Facebook page, do it as a LinkedIn post. You could create a video that demonstrates the steps that they'll do in the lead magnet. You could develop an audio clip about the lead magnet, and you can use it with your branded images on an Instagram story. So there's just a few ideas that I'm showing you. And as you can see, it's not just about, doing an image and a post. There's all of these opportunities when we talk about content. We talk about active content, what I refer to as active content, which is something that where people can see you, that they can hear you, that they could feel that they're interacting with you. And then there's the other thing that I refer to as passive content. And passive content is just like a picture, a Pinterest pin that's not a Pinterest story, an idea pin, excuse me, where it's much more, engaged with the people that are using it. So your ideas for your details are not going to just be some static, passive type of content. I want you to push yourself a little bit further and think about ways that you could create more active content. And it doesn't even have to be you sitting there on camera talking. You know, look at all of my videos here. It's not my face that's on the video, but you hear my voice. But you're interacting with me because you're listening to my voice. So I want you to start thinking about when you go to your subtopics and you move yourself down to those notes, the little branches that are coming off the subtopics where you're getting to the details. I want you to think this about how it's not just about the static content. What can I do to get people to engage more? What could I do to get people to understand more about why they want this? And I'm going back to my original idea about building out your email list. Why do they want the lead magnet? What's it going to do for them? And the other thing about the lead magnet is making sure that the content itself within the lead magnet is valuable. We don't want it to be so generic that you're getting people on your email list that they're just downloading it for downloading it and they'll never buy anything from you and they aren't really qualified customers. I always say one of the best ways that we know that a lead magnet is working is when people can actually look at it and make that decision at that very moment. Yes, I want it, or no, I don't want it. That is the moment when you qualify somebody. If somebody knows immediately, yes, I want this thing, I would have paid money for this thing. That's when you know you've got a great lead magnet. So you can take your mind map, and part of your mind map, one of your subtopics could be just the lead magnet. How would you define the lead magnet? What is it? Is it an ebook? Is it a series of videos? Is it an email sequence that somebody goes through, and at the very end of it, there's a call to action that's going to get them to, buy your product or sign up for your program or call you for, a one-on-one conversation. Whatever it is your call to action is, that's what it is. But I'm just saying you want to think about all this. And one of the greatest things that you can do is utilize this content mapping process with this mind map to help you work through everything. And when you visually see it, it's going to make so much sense to you, and you're going to have so much clarity when you utilize this process. I'd love to hear you if you try this out. Tell me below in the comments if you've tried this out or if you're using something along this line. I would love to hear more about your personal experience with it. I actually use the free version of a program called MindMeister, and that's Mind, and Meister is spelled Miester. And I just use the free version of it. I don't use the paid version. And this is what works for me. I love this program. It has really helped me evolve the content of my business. And so I know that there's more programs out there. There's both paid, there's both free programs out there. There's also programs that are on devices that if you just want to use something on your phone, you don't want to look on your computer, take a look and see which one fits and works best for you. But this is a definite planning tool that is going to take your brainstorm process and turn your content ideas into a better place. It's going to help you improve upon these content ideas as opposed to just taking a piece of paper and just starting to write down a brain dump. And I'm not saying that there's not a purpose for a brain dump. I don't want to start that whole debate because there is a purpose. But what I want to talk about here and what I'm explaining to you and I'm sharing with you with this video today is about a mind map and working through your content mapping program, because this program, this idea, this visual tool is going to be a great way for you to develop a roadmap to connect deeper with your customers and improve your conversion rates. And then because of that, you will find yourself creating absolutely remarkable content. So thank you so much for joining me today with this creative process. If you've enjoyed this content about creativity, I hope you'll consider subscribing to this channel. And if you're ready to dig in deeper into the work of developing your content marketing strategy, there is a link below to subscribe to the Create Your Business program. And with the Create Your Business program, you will stop saying, I'm stuck and I don't know what to do with my marketing messages, and you'll start believing that you know what to do to come up with those messages, and you'll actually start to see results. I mean, seriously, if a self-study program in a subscription box had a baby, it would be the Create Your Business program. It's a marketing the box for women entrepreneurs who are ready to tap into their creativity so that they never run out of content ideas again. You are magnificent, my friend, and let me be the first to say to you, I'm proud of you. Until next time.